What's happening, guys? It's Nick from S2 Strategic Defense. Hope all is well. Hopefully everybody is healthy and safe. I want to take just a minute and give you guys some additional information before we get into today's video, so that way you know exactly where it comes from. The video you guys are about to watch is about the first 30 minutes of a 90-minute live session that I did on one of my closed group Facebook pages called the S2 Online Community. And the page itself is really designed for people who've done online training with us through the S2 online program. You guys can find those courses at s2online.academy. I'll put a link for that down below along with a discount code so you guys can jump in, and you'll get a welcome email that'll give you a direct link to that closed group page. For a limited amount of time, I'm also allowing anybody who wants to train with us and have some fun and move and work out access to that closed group page while I do a few more live sessions, basically one a week or sometimes two a week. And I'll put a link for that in the description below as well, so you guys can kind of follow along over there. Now, when it comes to the online classes, honestly, I'm super proud of that. That's done really well for us. And ever since this whole COVID-19 thing started, I understand that people are stuck at home. They may not be able to hit the gym. They can't go to martial arts academy or a seminar. And I wanted to give something positive back. So a couple of weeks ago, we opened free access to one of the courses, which is called the Fast Self-Defense 101 course. It's about a $199 course. It was already on sale for 99 bucks. Instead, I just wanted to give it for free, and we gave a discount code for that on social media, right? Facebook page and Instagram. And I was super proud that in less than 8 days, we gave away over 100 copies of that for free. Okay, no gimmicks, no contracts. I'm not going to give you a sale pitch later on. I just want you guys to be healthy, safe, training, and having some fun while we're all locked down, to our backyards, right? And so it's a great place to get started. So I'm super proud of that, and we're going to be doing some other giveaways and raffles on both of our social media pages, S2 Strategic Defense on Facebook or at S2 Strategic on Instagram. Make sure you guys follow us on social media. There's always some fun stuff happening over there. The video you guys are about to get into, like I said, is about the first 30 minutes of a 90-minute session where we had a chance to work on single stick, double stick, footwork, striking, a little bit of knife work. And I think on the next one, we're probably going to get a little bit more specific to one of those categories. Either which way, it's just a great way to learn. It's a great way to train. It's a great way to reconnect with people who are also doing the same thing. And I really encourage everybody to stay moving, stay healthy, have fun. I know it's kind of rough for a lot of people, but if you guys are looking for something positive in your life, a way to stay healthy, learn something, train something, by all means, folks, follow my social media pages. I'll keep putting videos up there. Obviously, YouTube has a bunch of videos for us up there as well. And check out our online courses at the s2online.academy page. And if nothing else, you guys are always welcome to join me in my closed group page, and I'll put a link for that down below as well. Okay, in the meanwhile, have fun with this workout. Be safe, be well, and I'll see you guys soon. So like always, you guys probably remember this from the Kali class as well. We start off always doing footwork first. And so our first goal is to do the female triangle, right? The female triangle, at least for right now, looks like a V. We're starting down at the point of it, and we're moving forward 45 degrees left and then 45 degrees right, okay? So we want to start off at a point, give ourselves enough space in front of us. And so we're starting at the point, we're stepping 45 out to one side, we are returning, and then we're exchanging feet and going 45 degrees out to the other side, right? Now in a full triangle, we know that we don't always go out and then return, we keep going. But for the purpose of just repetition here and obviously lack of space, we will go 45 and back and 45 and back. And so let's get through that for a total of 15 repetitions to each side. Okay, so here we go. 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 4, 5 and 5. Footwork's always important to focus on, right? Because bad footwork is like, that's how you get to the fight, away from the fight, and around the fight. Get to the fridge real quick, find your TP. You need to have good footwork, right? So it's important to constantly focus on that. Okay, we are going to go to the male triangle. Male triangle looks like the pillars of an A, right? And so in the female, we were going forward. In the male, we're going to go backwards 45 degrees, okay? So it's more of a retreating type of a footwork. So we start at the point, 45 degrees out to the left, return, 45 out to the right, return. We're going to do that same thing 15 times, okay? So here we go. 1 and 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, and 4, 5. We're going to go to the step slide cross. So you guys all remember the step slide? Starting off in our fighting base, we're going to do right side and left side, so it doesn't matter what lead you guys take. We are stepping and sliding forward, backward, lateral, and then back to the other side. Okay, so one step in all directions, so it makes a cross kind of a shape if you're mapping this on the floor. So we go forward, back, right, left. Remember, our base is going to get wider and then come back together. It's not like the push shuffle where we get narrow and then go out. It is making sure that we don't cross our feet. So we get wider and then back to normal, okay? We're going to do 10 from right lead and then 10 from left lead of the step slide cross, okay? So one repetition all the way through is 1. Okay, so here we go. 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. Same thing in the left lead, okay? So again, forward, back, left, right, okay? Here's number 2. Okay, good. And number 3. We're going to do the 6-way star. Okay, 6-way star, because we start at the point, the center point, and we move in 6 different points, right? And so I'm not going to do this right lead, left lead. This is just starting from a neutral lead, right? And so we are going to go 10 times all the way through it. For anybody who's joining us doesn't know the 6-way star or just can't remember because it's been a long time, I'll walk you through this. We start off from the center point. We do a female triangle out to the left and return. Female triangle out to the right and return. And then we go female to the lateral left, return, lateral right, return. And then we go backwards, male triangle, and return, male triangle, and return. And so when we put this together, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Hence the name 6-way star, right? Because we're hitting 6 different points. Again, this is one of those things, don't focus on speed. Be deliberate, right? We want to make sure that we go to as far as we want to go to, and so we fight for every single inch. We don't blast our way through and just kind of go through it. The other thing I'll remind you is to always keep your hands up. There's a tendency for people to put their hands down. That's a big no-no. Keep your hands up and work your way all the way through it smoothly. So we're going to go through this 10 times. Okay, here we go. Here's number 1. Okay, and sometimes you can switch these around and go laterals first, males first, whatever. That's up to you guys. Here we go. Number 1. Okay. There's 1. Okay, now when we return to this, we just kind of do a quick push shuffle or step slide, and that puts us into the next one. Okay? This is number 3 for me. 3. First one we're going to do is just the X pattern, right? The X pattern. Downward angle, downward angle. So we make an X in front of us, okay? If you're right-handed, you start with the weapon over the right shoulder. If you're left-handed, you'll start with the weapon over the left shoulder. And for those of you guys who are working on this stuff with a knife, same thing. These angles don't change. This is exactly the same for you all the time. It's kind of one of those universal truths. So if you guys don't have a stick, use a knife. If you don't have a knife, you're just doing this empty-handed, work that hammer fist. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Same angle, okay? So we are going to do 15 repetitions from right side and left side. But here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to make your, checking to make sure I don't hit the garage door. I don't want you to make your eckies fast and loose, okay? I want it to be extremely precise, and I want it to be nice and smooth all the way through. And so when we do this, instead of swinging like you're swinging at, you know, bugs or something, I want you guys to follow that mechanic of turning the hips. Get this weapon in front of your face. This is one of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to eckies pattern stuff. They go low, and you see how it doesn't protect the head. It's going from shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip, shoulder to hip. Okay, that's kind of a midline kind of a deal. We want to make sure that we protect the head. Don't forget, we use these types of slashing motions for offense, defense, and counter offense, which means that we're typically in a range where our head is sitting inside the batter's box. And so imagine me using this as a defense, right? Somebody's stick is coming in, I have to try and defend the snake, I move my feet, I get in line, I need to be able to protect this. If I go low, I'm eating that strike, okay? So always bring this in front of the face. Make sure you guys see it in front of the face, in front of the face, okay? The other point is don't put your arm all the way out. Make sure that you're using more of the elbow or the hips and the shoulder, because that's where you're going to drive speed, power, and control of the weapon from, using your body mechanics. Okay, so 15 eckies pattern, right side, and then 15 from the left side. Here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, here we go. Left side eckies, 15 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're going to do those angles 3s and 4s, if you guys remember those. 3 is from the right side across the abdomen. 4 is from the left side across the abdomen. So it's just on a flat line here, okay? And so we're going to do 15 from the right hand and then 15 from the left hand, okay? So here's 1, there's 2, there's 3, there's 4, 5. Same thing from the left side. So now you can take your left lead straight across, left to right, and then right to left. That's 1. Okay, so let's get 15 of those. Left to right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, for the, I see some people who jumped on here before we got started. All of this so far applies to the blade, applies to unarmed. So I know there's some people in here that haven't done collie, so you probably don't have collie sticks. Use a training knife. If you don't have a training knife, use a shoe, I don't care, or just go unarmed, okay? It's the same motion. This is all about building coordination, mechanics, and my goal, again, for today's session is not to just get a good flow going with you guys and a good workout in with you guys, but also to give you things that you can work on your own time, right? And so, because I can't be with you every single day, don't have an academy, all that stuff. All right, good. Number 3, we are doing the all de vase. If you guys remember this, all de vase, okay? There is that low kind of an all de vase where we keep this kind of midline and low, okay? But we want the high all de vase, the bigger version of it, okay? Where it's going like, think like an uppercut. It's going from one side, straight at the middle. All of the all de vase is led with the puño end of the weapon, okay? So we are going up, back around, and back up. Up and around, back up. Up and around, back up. And again, you get that swagger step, that pivoting on your feet, moving your weight from one side to the other side. We'll end up doing the same thing on the left side. If you guys only have a knife, I didn't bring a knife out here with me, but if you only have a knife, it's the same exact type of a cut, okay? And if you're unarmed, just think in uppercuts, okay? All right, here we go. 15, all de vase, right side. 15, all de vase, left side. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We use it to enter, right? And so we use it to bridge distance or gain distance or change angles. Got to protect the brain box. And so go up nice and high, nice and high. Okay, 15 from the left side. Here we go. We're going up, 2, 3, 4, 5. We are going to the witiks, the 3 lines. Witik means to retract, right? So it's a fast motion. The problem with it is that a lot of people don't have the wrist strength to be able to pull that weapon fast enough. The other problem is too many people rely on wrist strength to be able to get that weapon and flick it back in. You'd be much better off if you learn how to push with your shoulder and hips and then pull with your shoulder and hips, okay? Rather than me just doing this, 1, 2, 3, I will use a little bit of weight to go behind it, okay? And so that's how I get more speed, power, and control of that weapon, okay? Since we have 3 lines, we're gonna go 10 of each line. The high line, headshot, mid line, like around the abdomen area, or the low line, think in the kneecap area, okay? If you were targeting, I should say. And so we're gonna go 10 with the right lead and then 10 with the left lead. Here we go. We got 1, 2, and 3. And back up, that's 1. 1, 2, 3, that's 2. 1, 2, 3, that's 3. 1, 2, 3, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, there's 5. Same thing from the left side. So change leads, get that weapon in front. Remember, you can kind of probably see me rocking a little bit on the camera. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm pushing a little weight, pulling a little weight. It helps me get that weapon out faster and stronger, and it helps me retract it faster and more controlled. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. See a little bit of that head rock going on, right? There's 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The redondo. Sometimes we have the over the head redondo, okay? Sometimes we have this vertical redondo. The over the head, sometimes we call that bacalhau, which has a little bit of a elongation of the weapon at the end. Normal redondo puts this around the neck and right back and forth. The bacalhau will extend, most often used in like decapitation methods, right? So we're really reaching for that weapon, for that target, I should say. So same thing happens in this vertical redondo. Sometimes it's nice and tight. And the tight ones we usually use as kind of like somebody's reaching out. We use it with the Richie Rada footwork. Boom, smack that hand, right? Let's hand check them. Here, for this particular purpose, we're kind of making this a little bit longer. Again, push with the hips, pull with the hips. Push the hips, pull with the hips. Sometimes this goes on the outside of my arm. Sometimes we go on the inside of the arm. The inside of the arm is usually tighter, meaning the circle's smaller. So here, we'll just keep this on the outside for right now, ease of use. Okay, so let's get 15 redondos right side, 15 redondos left side. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same thing to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you guys notice something about how I do my redondos. I'm very careful to put the weapon in, right? I don't like extending my hand out in general. Those of you guys who did some defang the snake with me understand that. So I kind of lean forward, and then my weapon starts to come around. Okay? And as it comes around, it usually goes back faster than when it came out. Okay? It's because I'm usually hesitant on bringing it out right away, unless the application requires me to do so. But I pull it back in faster. I do that because I want to have all my weapons, all my tools close to me